Hey, the tush push is still in play.
Yes,
I'm gonna
indeed.
push Chico today. It's the morning run. Uncle Neely, Big Dog Chico. Let's get it.
How long it took you to come up with that? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is the morning run. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe to Uncle Neely at the Pregame Network or the Pregame Show, depending on where you find it. Just type it in; it'll come up. You can also type in Big Dog Chico to follow your boy. Right now, this is the morning run. It's morning somewhere. 7 a.m. Hawaii time, 11 a.m. Mountain time, 12 noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern time. We up in here, man. How you doing, huh? What's happening?
Chico, man, you get the hang of this thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting the hang of it, huh?
I remember you used to be 7 a.m. Hawaii. That means it's 8:15. Like Chico, the minute don't change. Like it's an hour. Like you used to look out. Don't Chico,
That
don't
was a
add
good one.
minutes.
All right.
Don't
Hey,
add minutes, Chico. You be like, it's 7 a.m. in Hawaii. That means it's 11:30 in LA and 12:15 in Jackson and 3:36 in Atlanta. Like Chico,
he
that's how
already
it works.
started, y'all. He
That's how
already
it works.
started, chat.
But Chico, why did I start?
Hey, look, the chat was why did you start for real? Just because you up. That's what you do. Look, before
Chico,
we
you
even
did.
came on, look,
Chico, you didn't come under my Instagram post coming to me.
I was give you big up. Neely gonna eat, right? Neely gonna eat. You know you would have
and
said the
some
same
and
thing about
somebody
me.
even said somebody even said on this, said Chico, why you do this to yourself?
Why you do this to yourself?
Why?
And then they came into the chat and it was like, this Ninja Chico. Look, what Chico do? Show it even start yet.
You do it every time. You do it every time.
I commented under Unc's post on Instagram.
I see.
Ah, we up in here, man. Hopefully, I'll be ready for the rest of them. I'm still a little bit slow. Excuse me, I might be
Yeah,
on
how
some
you
night
feeling,
wheel
brother? How
still.
you feeling?
I'm still. I'll say compared to yesterday, about 70% better than yesterday. I could get up and walk
Cool.
around and feel all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still might have some NyQuil in me, so bear with me. I might say
So
something that
let me ask you this, man, because one of the things I hate when I'm home in Mississippi, particularly in the summer and it's hot, I hate having the cold when it's hot. With
yes,
y'all
yes.
temperature there being so constant, like what's that
I,
like?
I was going to say that. I was like, man, maybe I should get a towel because I'm sweating, and then I get cool when I turn the fan on, and I have to turn the fan off real quick because
Yeah.
now I'm sweating. I'm hot again. So it's one of those things where you can't really get comfortable at night. I didn't sleep for real, just tossing and turning. So yeah, it's all good though. Shake back. Need no excuses, dog. Get your ass up.
No, ain't no excuses. The show must go on.
Exactly. So
Speaking
we
of
up
the
in here,
show
man.
must go on, the NFL said, and we're gonna get to the NBA in that game last night and how you was wrong. We're gonna get to that. But the
I,
NFL said,
what the NFL say?
they said, man, get on the hell up out of here. We're gonna keep Tush pushing, at least for another year.
Push on. That's what the Eagles posted. Yep. The vote was this though. Here's the thing. It was. Let me see if I had it up here still. It was. I just read it was 22-10 owners vote, but they needed to have 24 votes to ban it. So the NFL team owners voted 22-10 in favor of the proposal ban, but needed 24 votes.
Yeah, you
Ain't that
gotta
close?
have a. Oh, it's real close. That's why I said for another year. It will be banned next year. It's you got to have a super majority for rule changes like that. So you need a 24. They fell too short. All it's going to take, man, is a pivotal moment in the game. Somebody getting injured, because you got that many people on board saying. Because here's the thing. I understand. And forget that I'm against that. You for it. I'm putting that to the side.
Okay.
I'm even for it's allowable on fourth downs or inside the 5 yard line. Because the way the rule is right now, you could literally do that all the way down the field. And
Okay.
that ain't entertaining. That ain't
Right.
safe. That ain't fun. And it ain't football.
But also, we haven't seen anyone do that down the field. Also, we just see them do it inside the 5 yard line or to get a first down. So you think people's coaches' game plan will change because
No,
of this?
I'm just saying when you don't have something that stipulates something by rule, it's open to anything.
Okay, got you. You're right.
Yeah, it's
I got
open to
you.
anything. which is
Yeah.
another thing we're gonna get into with the NCAA in a little while. But Chico, Western Conference Finals game one was last night.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I thought it was a good game. I enjoyed. To tell you what I really I liked the first quarter when the Nuggets were up and see OKC had to fight back. I know you was crying about some calls or the lack thereof.
Well, no, I just saw that how people were posting and see how many foul calls that Shea does get throughout a ball game. And, he went to the line 14 times last night, you know. Uh, Is he getting the Michael Jordan treatment around here or something, man?
He absolutely is.
The picture I posted was Julius Randle's flagrant foul, but on the picture, he's not even touching him. But you see Shea, making a face like, when you go to the paint, you got to make a face like you're getting hit or something.
Yeah, I saw your picture, but I got to see the video.
Okay.
Like you could freeze frame a picture. You could catch a moment. Well, I done punched Chico, but then put my hand back in my pocket. Like, look, I ain't even hit him. I got to see the video. Nevertheless, I will say this: you talk about getting treated like Jordan. They put a stat up on the screen last night that I was unaware of, man, and I really think it speaks to SGA's game. They said there's only been two players in NBA history for three consecutive seasons to average 30 points and 50% in shooting, and that's been Jordan and SGA. Like that's a
Man,
phenomenal stat
absolutely. 50% shooting and 30 points average. Damn,
for three
that's big
consecutive
time.
years. Like
Three
that's
consecutive. Woo, woo.
that's a
That it.
mofo.
That's Jordan-esque. I'll tell you that
Yeah,
much. Um, all's well. We'll get back to this game right quick. So Minnesota won the first quarter. They won the first half, but that
yeah,
third quarter was the difference in the ball game. How SGA and the Thunder came out. Anthony Edwards wasn't really on his ball game. He had 9 points. Team was led by Julius Randle once
yeah.
again.
He
But
came
yeah,
back after the injury, but he really wasn't dominant after the injury.
yeah. So uh, we'll see. How it's going to play out in game two. Um, I think Ant-Man will bounce back this game. I think
Absolutely,
Nas Reed will play better.
absolutely.
Julius Randle will do what he's doing. You'll get some help from some of those other guys on the wings and stuff.
I
So
think I think the X
uh,
factor is Gobert though, man. He's got to have one of them games that he had in the previous series
exactly,
because like from a whether it's a scouting report or just the history of it, any bucket he get is really like two more buckets. Any block he get is like four more points because you're not factoring that in. And if
yeah,
he can have a dominant performance like he did a couple times in the previous series,
yeah,
like it's OKC will be in trouble then.
they will. He has to be a factor. Having 20 plus points and 20 plus rebounds last series, and then just disappear this one. You can't do that. You
No.
know, you got to find a way to find your niche and make a impact in this ball game
Because
or in this
I think
series.
what both teams proved last night is they both are willing and capable of running. Like
Hmm.
it's been some high speed play. Uh, I think it was some questionable, and I don't want to say questionable like a bad call. I think it was some uncharacteristic turnovers that you're probably not gonna have every game. That swayed in OKC's because they got a lot of 50-50 balls. They broke on a lot of passes. I think that kind of thing can be cleaned up. So I'm still going OKC in the series, but this one game does not mean anything.
Nah, it doesn't. OKC, like I said before the series, I said they maybe should win. They're the younger team, the deeper team, but this series could go 7 if Minnesota actually hits their stride, man. Because when they're playing and all things are clicking, this team is going to be hard to beat. They might be the favorite when everything is working in their favor. So we'll see. We're gonna keep an eye on that. But also the NBA
Speaking of
announced.
keep an eye on Chico, let me tell the
Okay.
chat something. Normally, I monitor, when the super chats drop and all that, and what y'all saying. I don't have my monitor today, so y'all are talking
Yes.
to Chico only. So
Yes.
it's his fault.
Yes. We don't have any super chats right now, but if you want to drop a super chat, what are you waiting on? You can do that. You can also hit the like button. That's pretty free. So do that real fast for us. I'm pulling up on the screen right now so I can see it with you guys. You hit that like button, and then you hit those three buttons right up under the video, or you hit the share button. And there's a join right there also. You can hit that and join the channel and become an actual member of the channel.
Hey Chico,
Someone
speaking
asked,
of speaking of free, Tell
Mm-hmm.
y'all, if y'all don't know, Coach Prime got a sense of humor and a slightly smart mouth. He'll shoot shots at you. Like he quick with it. And so he had me editing this video one day, right? He said, "Hey man, like the volume is low. Put the captions on the screen, so people can read along with it." Cool. Threw the captions on the screen, sent it back, and he said, "Dog, do they charge by the font?" And I was like, "No." Hey man, make the font bigger then, man. Like it's free. Like so you said the like button and the notification button is free. Like, hey dog, you ain't got no excuse now. Like,
Right.
wait.
Hit the button, man. What you waiting on, man? You can do it on your phone, on your TV, on your laptop. So there's no excuse except for I'm just too lazy to do it. Don't be lazy.
Yeah.
Get up,
And
do
it's
something.
free.
And it's free. Matter of fact, Coach Prime made a quote today about that. I need to pull that up too. But before we do that, man, Unc, they announced that NBA will be announcing their MVP today. Who will that be? Will it be Shea Alexander or will it be the Joker or someone else?
I'm not gonna vote on nobody else. I think it's between those two. And I think depending on when they most recently voted, like when voting's closed, at this
Mhm.
point is SGA. But my lord, who can be mad if it's Joker?
If it was after that last game or that game six,
Yeah, like man, who can be mad, man?
yeah, I
Like
don't
this
think
this
no one.
ain't this ain't Steve Nash beating Kobe. This ain't that. Like if Joker were to win or SGA win, I don't think no which side you on, you could be mad at the other person.
This is Spot Talk Show. And we'll talk about see you when there is something. Appreciate that. Who's that Brooklyn driver? But we do talk about CU. We will give you CU updates each and every day. But Unc would tell you that about a week away. Let me see. Yeah, about a week and a half away before he gets back up there and have all the exclusives for you guys. And when the team will be reporting also. So just hold your horses. This is actually like dead season, no man's land right now in May, right? As far as football goes in Colorado.
Yeah, I mean no one's practicing right now. Yeah, Alabama ain't practicing. Georgia ain't like nope. No, there's no active college football right now.
Hmm. There's a lot of recruiting going on. You guys can
Absolutely.
follow on Twitter. You'll see Coach Brett Bartolone, who we've had on the morning run. He's out there recruiting. I saw him with a big 4-star tight end looking good. Also, all the coaches are out there in some type of way recruiting to improve this ball club and become a better team this year. I saw on Twitter also, Isaiah Augusta, former Colorado running back, decommitted from Virginia. I'm not sure what went on there, but we can speak broadly on this without speaking directly or specifically about him. It's about this subject of entering the transfer portal, and with the promise of a bag. I don't know his situation, but like I said, we're speaking broadly. With the promise of a bag, nothing signed, you enter the transfer portal, and then they kind of pull the rug from under you. Now you stuck in no man's land.
Well, that also that river flows the opposite direction too. As you heard me say, Chico, even we had Pastor Smith on. You go into portal that has a deadline. There's no deadline to get out of the portal. When you do commit to a team, regardless of bag and signing, like put all that to the side, you're
Hmm.
not officially on that team until you go to class or go to practice.
Right.
So anything between practice and class means absolutely nothing. Nothing. If you ain't in class, if you hadn't gone to practice, you're not at that school yet.
You ain't lying.
And so you can change your mind. You ain't got to tell nobody. Ain't got to be about a bag, for a bag. Like nothing has happened yet. And you really see that a lot, in that December, that postseason portal, because you have the teams like chomping at the bit, like, hey man, get him on campus. Like that's your guy, Chico. Like tell him to show up, because we know if we get him here and in this weight room, he here.
Right. Yeah, man. I'll say, in this day of age of transfer portal and college football, dog, and let's say I'm a young father, you know, I can understand you trying to make the decision to go get the money. But at the same time, if I'm a young father and I really sit back and I think about it, I'll say, dog, and I'm just talking about players at Colorado who have a chance to play and have the talent to do it. I'll say, man, chase the NFL. Coach Prime said it many times. Chase the NFL, not the NIL, because you can end up in this situation. You know what I mean?
And again, we don't know the situation. I want to be clear about that.
And I'm just and that's really broad, guys. Because there's a lot of guys in a situation of being in the transfer portal with kind of like nowhere to go. I'm not saying Isaiah doesn't have anywhere to go. 'Cause he's talented enough to find somewhere to go, but there's a lot of guys that have left their schools to get in the transfer portal to go somewhere and then end up, like I said, the rug being pulled from under them because there's no paperwork signed. There's nothing
Yeah,
concrete.
this is the whole process is bullshit though.
Mm,
And here's what I mean by that, Chico. Like the NCAA will tell you that you can't. They will tell schools you can't talk to players that are not in the portal. They'll tell players you can't do this with schools if you're not in the portal. Well, the way the rules are set up, if you follow them to the letter of the law, you don't have nowhere to go with until you get in the portal.
Lord, it's
And
crazy.
then when you see people get in the portal and 5 minutes later at the school, well, you know conversations, whether they were third party or second party or first hand, somebody talked to somebody. And so it's like it's set up for you to have to break the rule to succeed if you're a young person. Because you like, I don't know where to go if I'm just getting in and then waiting. So my auntie or cousin, somebody got to be talking to somebody.
Yeah.
And then
And
you
you
can
gonna have
get
to trust them.
somewhere, and like you said, what you were, and again, I don't care if it's bag or facilities or distance to the airport. It doesn't matter what it is. You can get somewhere and it doesn't look like what you told it would look like, or what they said it was going to be. And so that's why I always tell folks, I don't care if it's your team or another team. When you get excited about these transfers, you gotta hold and temper that excitement into practice, which could be the weight room or a class start. Because until they do one of those things, they're not on that team.
Right. And for everybody asking, questioning, wondering, um, Colorado added 7 transfer offensive linemen this season. 7. Zy Chrysler, Xavier Hill, Zaria McGill, Aki Ogubinye, Andre Roy Jr., Larry Johnson III, and Mana Taimani were all added to this offensive line unit for the Buffs. So we're going to see how all of those guys shape up. We got some former starters in there, with Chrysler starting over 30 games, starting 30 games, Hill starting 28, McGill starting 27, AO starting 8, and Roy Jr. starting 7 games. So a lot of experience coming into that offensive line. That's going to create a lot of competition on that offensive line. We can only say, just from looking at it, from a bird's eye view, so to speak. Shout out to bird's eye view. Uh, Jordan Seaton will be the only projected starter on that group. All those other positions should be wide open.
Yeah, they are wide open. Jordan Seaton, is the guy. Maybe youngest person still, but he is certainly the leader. And certainly, it has approaching already has a graph grade, all those things. But I think when this line is officially set when we get to August, I've said it before, I say it again, from left tackle to right tackle, you're gonna have NFL guys. You're gonna have guys that scouts are coming to see. You're gonna have guys that will be participating in the showcase, the combine, etc. This is a deep line, deep room with loads of experience. I'm looking for him to do great things.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Coach Gunner, Coach Dre Garrod, and Coach Hageman, all on that offensive line, triple teaming to make that offensive line what it could be.
Then we
So
triple
looking for
teamed on them, dropping them
dropping them
fifth floor B's on them.
Ease on them. Shout It's crazy you said that because I get a kick out of watching this. A little bit off subject, guys. So bear with us. This is what we do. We talk on here.
That's what we do.
This is what Chico do definitely. So hold
Definitely what
on.
Chico do. I don't have no choice but to go with it, but it's definitely what Chico do.
But Unc mentioned the Ghetto Boys, and I like to watch Willie D's podcast because Willie D, if you know Willie D, if you're a fan of Willie, you know he's serious, dead serious, right? He don't play no games, so he come on the podcast. He said, "Hello, family," right in the camera. But I was laughing because he was discussing the issues he had with Bushwick Bill, Bushwick Bill, I told you this before, right? Bushwick Bill, how he's a very small guy. You told me he was 3'11". I looked it up, of course. But Willie D is so serious on his podcast. I just want to give a shout out to him. Y'all go watch that sometime and enjoy it when it comes on and say that Big Dog Chico sent you. It's just a shout out to Willie D, the legend. You probably got a Willie D story, don't you, Unc?
No, I got a couple of Willie D, Mr. Scarface. Shout out to Brad and Bushwick stories. That's how I knew Bushwick wasn't 411. I done been in the same room with all three of them before, and I'm
Doing
knowing
what?
this dude. Yeah,
Doing what? Tell me you was writing the song. What you was doing? Huh?
you know when I asked you about the Kardashians.
He's Next subject.
Chico,
What else is going on in the world today?
when we talk about
Damn, I'm sweating now.
it don't count to guys show up to class or practice. There's a latest lawsuit out there. Now keep in mind, years ago, decades ago, you had the O'Bannon boys of UCLA sue over name, image, and likeness. Fast forward, they got us now to where we are now. You had changes, whereas now that your years in JUCO don't count against your eligibility. But there's another piece of litigation out there right now that says,
Mm-mm.
hold up, man. If this is my name, my image, my likeness, and I have the right to use it and the right to make money off of it, who are you to tell me how long eligibility should last? Meaning, if I'm in college, that is the only eligibility requirement to play sports in college is to be enrolled in the college. So what they're saying is Chico went to UAB, did 4 years, and Chico want to go get another degree from Memphis. Chico should be able to still play sports while he's in Memphis because he's what? In college. And to tell him he can't play anymore keeps him from making money off his name, image, and likeness. Man, we got to keep our ears to the ground and eyes open on this one because you talk about if this one wins, man, you're going to have coaches out there 28, 30 years old playing college ball. Yeah, think on it. Think of, there you go. Scratch your head, rub your chin.
All right. I had
Because
a
in
teammate.
the spirit, Chico, in the spirit of it all, it's not wrong. Because
It's not wrong.
college entry on the back end doesn't have an expiration. It's not like, oh, you can only go to college from 18 to 28 years old. You can be 60 and go to college.
Right.
So if you're 60 years old at Jackson State, but in 1980 you played at Alcorn for 4 years, and if you want to play tennis at Jackson State, why you can't if you can?
But okay, there you go. I think that's what happened with J.R. Smith, right? So wouldn't do you mean that so if I play football at one school, I finished my 4 years there, do you think I should be able to go to another school, enroll at another school and play football there too, or be able to play another
Let me
sport?
let me let me tell you what Neely think. It ain't about what I think. What I think is that you should have the freedom to, just like you
Mm,
should have the freedom to use your name, image, and likeness. I'm not saying, that this should happen or whatever happened. I'm saying why are there rules in place to keep it from happening? Because I tell you why the rules are in place to keep it from happening. The rules in place to keep it from happening so you can go to the next level and they can make money off you.
right. Well, things what you're also saying is things have changed.
When NIL came into play, everything changed.
Yeah.
Because it
All
now
that
it
stuff.
opens the doors to all this. Because just think about it, Chico. Why was there ever a cap in the first place on how long you could play a college sport?
Yeah.
When the only true connector to being able to play a college sport is to do what? Be enrolled in college. And
Mm,
because enrollment in college has nothing to do with age,
mm-hmm.
if you're in school 8 years and you're paying your tuition or whatever, because we all know, Chico, firsthand, everybody don't graduate 4 years.
Not at all.
So
That
why
makes
is it a
sense.
cap on the athletic part when you're still in school, still enrolled? That's what the lawsuit is saying. That's what the fight is going to be about. And I would tell you this: if you look at just the lay of the land and read the tea leaves, they ain't wrong.
They're not wrong, dog. It should happen. I think it should happen, huh?
Yeah, I'm for freedom. I would never argue against freedom. You got the freedom to make bad decisions. That's why I love the portal. There's
Are we
nothing
are
wrong
we
with the
gonna
portal, even when it don't work out.
okay, well, are we gonna have not that, but this?
If he can play, you can.
That's what we're going to now. Well, we
You
actually
look,
had that,
Chico.
didn't we?
Chico, let me tell you what's going to
South
happen
Carolina,
already now.
South Carolina State.
Tell you what's already going to happen, like right now, because JUCO no longer counts against you.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the totality of somebody being able to play sports, whether they get the NIL bag or not, you're literally going to have somebody 26, 27 years old playing linebacker and tackling an 18-year-old running back out of high school. That's going to start happening now.
Well, look, okay, all right, well, great. I'm the perfect person to talk about this right now. You know why? Because when I played overseas, that's what I played with. That's what the league was open to. We had 18-year-olds on the team. Matter of fact, we had a big old 17-year-old on the team, about a 6'6" guy, but he was just huge. Still had the eligibility to come over to the United States to go to college. But I also had a 38, 37-year-old guy on my team out there in Europe also. So we had a wide range. So at the end of the day, since the rules have changed, I think we are looking at in the next 3 to 5 years where we will see basically that pro football with college, schools and universities representing them. It's kind of like they'll be the franchise, but it'll just be the colleges, right? But we'll have a 28-year-old. Maybe they'll put a cap on it, but then again, that's
How can
going
you? How
against what
can
we were
you?
talking about. How can you, right? Because you can
Yeah.
go to school at any time. So, damn, that's something to think about right there.
Yeah, the only requirements to enter a university are the requirements of the university, and those requirements are typically not age based; it's academic based. So that's
Right.
why you'll have Chico. Nothing you ever had to worry about. You'll have a Doogie Howser who's 14 in college, because they met all the requirements to get in college.
Right.
And
Damn.
then let's say while they're there, they want to work on other degrees or take their time. So it's like I think you got to take 12 hours to be a full-time student. At least that's
Right.
what it used to
Yep.
be.
Yep.
You
9 to
know,
12, I think.
yeah. So what somebody drop down to 9 hours a semester, just stay in school 7 years? Like how can you going back to the other lawsuit? How can you tell them, no, you can't play no more? I'm in college.
That's what I was trying to do back in the day, Yeah, I was like, give me the least amount of classes you can give me. I did it backwards. Everybody else was trying to graduate in 3 years. I was like, I'll prolong
Chico,
mine,
look,
dog. I just want
give
to stay
me
eligible. I just play.
give me the record cut and put the logo on the screen.
Easy. Hey, I just want to be eligible, Hold on. This the morning run. I don't have the logo cut on here,
Well, you at
I'll
least
put
give
it
me
on
the
here.
record scratch in there. Come on now.
Yeah. There you go.
It's story time with Uncle Chico, the life and crimes. Chico, when people say 1900 and that means a long time ago.
Yes, it
It
did.
was 1989,
Damn.
August. I walked in freshman orientation, and I'm a football guy, and I know every other year is the travel schedule, the away schedule. And so they said, "What you want to major in?" I said, "I want to be a marketing major." She printed out the curriculum. It's the 4-year curriculum. I sat down, I got to looking at it, and it had like 18 hours, classes at 2 p.m. on a Friday, da 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 da. I said, "Oh, ma'am, no, I can't do this." She said, "Oh, you want to switch your major?" I said, "No, I want to keep my major, but I'm looking at this schedule. Next year is our away season. That means we go to Southern. That means we go to the Circuit City Classic in Indianapolis. Like, I can't have no 2 p.m. Friday class. I'm gonna be on the road." She said, "Son, you're not here to attend football games. You're here to get a degree." I said, "Ma'am, this is my mama money. I go to school for what I want to go to school for. You can't tell me why I'm here. I'm the customer."
Right.
So then she said, "Well, some of these classes only offered once a year, and if you don't take it this fall, you got." I said, "I ain't got no problem going to school 5 years. I ain't, I ain't got to go. I ain't got to go to school 4 years."
He's
She
like, I
said,
ain't got
"All
no
right."
problem
So
going to
she
school
she
5
she
years.
gave me a new curriculum follow, and it was a 4.5 year model versus a 4 year model. I said, "I can sign this. I can do this.
I can do this
I
right
can do
here.
this." Cause you a
Oh my
damn
god.
lie if you think I ain't finna be on that road to Baton Rouge on Thursday because I got a class Friday morning. You's a lie.
Counselor asked me, do I want to take softball? People laugh. I said, hell yeah, put me in softball. That's an easy A during the season. What?
And that's what I did too, Chico. I said,
That's a
she said,
shame.
what your electives want to be? I said, you know that same away football season we discussed? She said, yeah. Now, Chico, you remember this. You dye your hair, but you got a little gray under there. You remember when coaches had to teach class.
That's a lie.
Yes.
Like if you could, coach had to teach something. And so
Uh,
what I would look at is like, okay, Coach Gordon, the head coach, he teach health on Thursdays. This
yes,
the away
indeed.
season. Put
Yes,
me in that
indeed.
class.
Yes, indeed.
Ain't no damn way we have a
Put me in
class.
that class.
Ain't no way we finna have a
Uh,
Thursday class and we play it all for Saturday. Like, ain't no way.
right. It's not
For
even
health,
possible.
I'm in there.
Oh, I remember those days. Is it bad if you hated school?
No.
Oh, okay. Man, I give a lot of respect to all those guys who graduated in the 2 years. Y'all came in serious. You also came in with a good foundation and base. Not saying I didn't or anything, but you came in focused with a good foundation and base to finish school and the go do your thing. Like I said, I was in that thing to stay eligible and to get
And
my
look, shout out like we can use
uh,
go ahead.
one of the first things I think I went in for. I forgot what my major was going to be, but I saw all those math classes. I said, "Dog, I don't need algebra or all this. What's the other stuff? I don't even know how far it goes up. Algebra one, calculus. That's what it was. All that other stuff, I don't need that, dog. I don't need it. Whatever major is going to have me taking advanced math classes, that's already you can exit them off.
Chico, I took health from the head football coach in the fall, and I took driver's ed from the head baseball coach in the spring.
That
Oh, y'all
driver's
gonna
ed in high school was
y'all gonna bump this GPA up one way or the other.
absolutely. So basically though, get back to what we were talking about. This is the possibility. This is what we're looking at.
And I say if he can play, I'm sorry, by law, by rule, policy, he should be able to play. It is the coach's decision if he has the ability to play. And if you have the ability to do something in America, you should be allowed to do it.
I agree with you, dog.
Because the requirement again is to be what? Is to be in college. If you're in college and you have the ability to play, you should be able to play.
So I was gonna go here with it also. So you telling me when I came back from Europe and I decided not to go pursue football anymore, and I went to that Bible college that you're talking about, that you always say I dropped out from. You telling me I should have, I if this is 5 years from now, I could have possibly went there because I was thinking about this too, Unc. I could have possibly went there and played basketball if I wanted to,
Or football.
or football. Well, they didn't have football, so
Oh, sorry. You could have come back from Europe, gone to a whole nother school, pursuing a whole nother degree, and you should be able to participate in sports. Based on this litigation that's coming down, you should be able to
yeah.
participate. Because how dare a body tell somebody that you can no longer do this because of age or the time that you've done it when you have already met the requirements, you're in school, and then two, it is abridging your rights to your name, image, and likeness. Like you keeping you from making money. Like so that's like going to tell a marketing major you can't have a part-time job at the mall.
Mm. Well, y'all let us know in the chat right now. I need to put this poll up. Let us know what you guys think. Should there be no limit on the amount of years that you can play sports in college? Or should there be a cap on this? You know? Because right now you can play 4 years, 5 years, or 6 years, depending on injury. And then you gotta
Let's not deal
that's
with
it.
the extremes, Chico. Let's deal with for this example. Let's deal with by and large.
Yeah.
By and large, most people graduate from high school at age 18,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even 19, but most people are 18 when they graduate.
Yeah.
2 years of JUCO, you're now 20. You can already do college football 5. That's 25. You look at red shirt and the COVID year rules and all that kind of stuff. Now you really can play. Currently, you can play to you about 26, 27
Mm-hmm.
because JUCO don't count against you no more. So you got a whole new set of years. So already you're gonna be looking at people can play this sport in college to their 25, 26, 27. That's now.
Man. And if you have a guy like Mate, you know,
Yeah,
who start late, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's the
yeah.
extreme though. That's the extreme. Uh yeah, we'll go there. Y'all somebody said it should be a hairline requirement. Come on. Yo,
Well,
like
you
man,
did.
you're
Hey, that picture you put up was a bit extreme,
and let me
Chico.
tell you, I've
I
seen
know
some
it's a
young
true picture,
guys.
but it was a bit
I've
extreme.
seen some young guys who got some, you know what I mean, who was back there like that, who had to shave it all off. Shout out to
Yeah,
old
but
school right
but
here.
if they can hit and they can play, God bless them.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, man, you're gonna have to stay in shape. I don't think no one is not gonna be very uh prevalent for guys to who have stopped playing football, contact sport for over 10 years. I don't think you'll see a lot of them come back
Oh no,
because
no, no. The
once
uh, the
once you
point
stop
the
taking
point
them
of this
licks,
litigation is not for Chico to come back. It is for people to be able to stay while they're doing it.
yeah,
Because here's the deal, Chico. You got to keep this in mind. Now, again, this is attached to your rights to your name, image, and likeness, and your rights to be able to make money off yourself. This is going to have more of an impact on collegiate women's basketball than it will on men's football
tell us why.
because you can make more in NIL in college women's basketball than you can in the WNBA overseas.
He ain't lying.
And so why would I not stay at LSU 4 more years after I already played 4? When my NIL is making me more money than the highest paid in the WNBA is currently.
Right.
So yeah, it's in my best interest to either go to another school, get a whole another degree, or go grad school, like whatever it is to extend it. It's in my financial best interest. And who is somebody in America to tell somebody in America you can't do what's in your financial best interest because I need you to do what's in my financial best interest? Because like you got one thing we got to keep in mind, now, and I hate to put that conspiracy hat on, but we got to come up with a conspiracy logo too.
Right. Conspiracy
But Chico,
theme music.
it's the sports that we play that got the rules governing where you can go and where you can go. You believe high school 11th grade go play hockey or baseball.
Man,
You can't do that basketball, football. You got to go through their farm system, which is college. Then they establish how long you get to stay in college, and then you got to come to their system. That's what the rules exist for. It's the feeder system to the next level.
yeah. Tennis too, they said. Probably golf
Yeah,
also.
I mean, you turn
Probably
pro tennis at 9 if you want to. You
man,
ain't got you ain't got to go to school. Golf, you ain't got to go to school.
man, I would have dominated on the basketball court at that Bible college. That's another
Yeah,
story though.
yeah. A 6'2" guard from Selma, Alabama, age 36, Chico Cleveland.
Yes, indeed. At the end of the game, Chico Cleveland. 4 fouls, 1 technical, 16 rebounds. They call that boy Draymond Green out that thing. Tap me on the leg when they need me to go out there hard foul somebody.
Hey, I've been one series, man. Speaking of
Teammates calling
Draymond,
me Unc, big brother.
one, one, one series where Draymond had the kind of numbers you just described. Somebody posted a meme and said, "Man, this boy Draymond just out there for cardio. Like
Just
he's
out there.
he's just out there working out. Like, hey, let me run with y'all, man. I need some cardio. He ain't doing a damn thing."
If you playing football, if you playing basketball and you don't get 10 rebounds and that's your job to get rebounds, like if you're a power forward, I don't know what to say for you. It's like what
It was a
Barkley
night
said.
where I think Draymond had like 2 boards, shot 2 shots, missed both of those, 3 fouls. Like that was just they said, man, Draymond is out there for
That's a Draymond
cardio.
game, baby. Draymond went back home like, hell yeah, I did my thing tonight. Here's a great question. Let me pull up his stats too. After all the winning he's done, and y'all let us know in the chat, is Draymond Green a Hall of Famer?
We have erroneously put so much emphasis on championships that is why he is. Individually, in his individual stat sheets and accomplishments, he hadn't done anything to change the game. He hadn't done anything to where when you tell the story of the NBA 30 years from now, you have to mention his name. So like for me, when I look at like Hall of Famer like Chico in the projects of Selma and at your high school, you are a Hall of Famer because you cannot tell the story of the projects in Selma and not mention Chico Cleveland.
He ain't lying. I used to say on the microphone, uh, what Shawty Low said. Who mentioned? I used to say, who mentioned 2-7 didn't acknowledge me. 2-7 is Selma. Yeah,
Yeah. And so
done
it's the
done
same
it
thing
all.
like with NBA, NFL to me. Like, how do I tell the story of when, particularly when you played, or the totality of the league? If I can leave you out, you ain't Hall of Famer. If you've done so much that when you part of the story, you Hall of Famer. And from a championship standpoint, to what the Golden State Warriors did, he certainly is. From his individual statistics, he ain't he ain't even got more flagrants than Dennis Rodman. Like he don't even win in that. Like you could tell the story without telling his story.
Mm. So I think what you're saying, what you just explained there is he will be definitely in the Golden State Warriors Ring of Fame, Hall of Fame type deal like that. But these overall numbers, and if you look at the totality of what he did on the court compared to other Hall of Famers, he's just not measuring up right now.
No, not by position. No,
Not by position.
no,
But he was an
I
integral
don't see
part
it.
of that championship dynasty that the Golden State Warriors had. So shout out to Draymond
Oh
Green.
man, look, man, love him, love his career. Watch him play college ball up there, Michigan State. Like got no issues with Draymond at all. I just don't see Hall of Fame numbers when I see his numbers,
Yeah,
unless they
there
do
you go.
something like we're going, we inducting teams now. We inducting this dynasty.
That'll be dope. What you think about that? That'll be dope.
Wouldn't bother me because again, you can't tell the story of the past 20 years or the
Mm,
NBA in its entirety without talking about that Golden State Warriors team.
you're exactly right. I like that.
As a team, they did that. They made
NBA
history.
sports world, whoever listening out there, I know y'all listening too because we see the comments and all the other stuff. But we think teams should be in the Hall of Fame. Let us know what you think. I'm going for it. I'm all in on that.
Well, it wouldn't bother me at all.
Yes, indeed.
Because again, my measurement is when I look at the window of somebody play, let's say somebody played from 1990 to 2000, right? 10-year window. Can I tell the story of this particular league without mentioning your name? And
Hmm.
then if you check that box, can I tell the story of the league in its entirety and not mention your name?
Right.
Like there's just some people. You look at my homeboy, Jimmy Smith, Ring of Honor, Jacksonville Jaguars, leading receiver, touchdowns with the Jaguars, hadn't gotten the gold jacket. One of the reasons he hadn't gotten the gold jacket is that with the evolution of football, there's so many other receivers that have his numbers now. But when you look at when he played,
Right.
you couldn't tell the story of when he played without mentioning 82 Jacksonville Jaguars. And so when he played, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yes. He definitely was. Shout out to Jimmy Smith from
Yeah,
Jackson
and you
State.
look at then you look at Coach Prime. You can't tell the story of when he played those 14 years, and then you can't tell the story of the league in general without mentioning him.
Mm.
That's a Hall of Famer. I think I could talk about power forwards and never mention Draymond Green
Oh, damn.
or small forwards or centers, whatever you want to list him at. But shout out to him though. I ain't mad at him.
Okay. I'm looking up right now wide receiver Jimmy Smith stats compared to other wide receiver Hall of Famers.
Oh, he right there behind him.
Right there with him. Ooh,
No,
look at
I'm saying like you look at the order.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like he's next, and he should have been in.
Yeah.
And then
All-time
when you
leading
and then when
receiver
you
for the
look at his
Jaguars.
numbers, you look at his numbers when he played, they were number one numbers.
Exactly. That's what they have to take in consideration sometimes. Like, damn, this man was leading everything damn near when he was playing.
Yeah. And a
All-time
lot of
leading
his records
receiver in
still
Jaguars
stand.
history. Yes, boasted a career that stands tall among NFL greats. 862 receptions, over 12,000 yards receiving, 67 touchdowns, 14 yards per catch. This right here to get you in automatically. 9 seasons of 1,000 yards plus.
Yeah. And
Come
look
on,
at
dog.
consecutive games with like 10 plus receptions.
Pro
Like,
Bowl
like,
selections 5, All
yeah.
Pro 2, NFL
But
receptions leader 1999.
what happened shortly after he retired, because of him and players like him, the NFL went to this wide open pass the ball system, and now you have more hymns in the
Yes,
pipeline. But when
yes,
you look at when Jimmy Smith played ball to when he stopped playing ball, you cannot tell the story of NFL and not mention Jimmy Smith.
absolutely. Shout out to
That's
Jimmy
Hall of
Smith.
Fame to me.
That's Hall of Fame to me too. Yeah, we'll break down that some more. Maybe we'll do a segment on Jimmy
Well,
Smith
let me
Hall of Fame.
text my homeboy. We get him on the show.
Oh, that'll be fire. He's one of my favorites, especially in Madden. What?
Yeah, we get him on.
Coach Brown said Hall of Fame need 2 rooms. That's why I like that. So that need to be another level, though. They need to be this level, and
I
then
would say this, man. Like, so y'all know last year I went to the Hall of Fame with Coach Prime, and he was going there to surprise Devin Hester, and and help enshrine him that night before.
yeah,
And everybody in that room, the only people in that room that didn't have a gold jacket was me, Officer Rose, and Sam. Sam from Smack Entertainment. Shout out to Rose and Sam. But to see how gold jackets treat Deion Sanders gold jacket or Warren Sapp's gold jacket, like it's levels to the Hall of Fame.
mm-hmm.
Like it's levels.
Yeah,
Like when you got a lot of gold jackets in there, but when Emmitt Smith walk in, that's like a different gold jacket. You got a lot of gold jackets in there, but Deion Sanders walking in, that was a different gold jacket. You can see that it's rooms within the room.
right. I think that's amongst football players and athletes, you know, who like your peers. I think that's almost natural, dog. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have that. They're gonna gravitate towards each other
Yeah.
in that way. You know what I mean? So I could definitely
This
see that. I was
dude, this
trying to
dude being Coach Prime posted up in the corner, and everybody came to him.
gravitate to him.
And
He
then
didn't go around the room.
there were people that already were in the room past him. When they realized he was in the room, they got up and came to him.
That's crazy. Damn. That's fire right there. And you sat there and witnessed it, got it all on camera. Check it
Yeah,
out on
man.
the Pregame Network. Relationships and trust. Just trying to put you on game.
Just trying to put you on game, dog.
Yes, indeed. How much did that, like before Coach Prime said that to you and put that in the camera? Because I know like you being an editor, you go back and you watch things over and you see things and you might replay things way more times than that one time he said it. So it kind of sits with you a little bit more. You know what I mean?
So
Um,
let me
talk
brilliant
about
and
that.
great question. Let me tell you about that moment. We were here in Jackson, and he had a crib out in Canton, Mississippi. And shout out to Halbert Doctors at 499 Super Chat. Appreciate that
Yes,
love,
sir.
Hal D. Hal D, we got to get you on and pick your brain on this litigation about how long people can play in college too.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Uh, so he's like, man, look, come out to the crib today. The documentary is gonna be some shooting some stuff with me and the kids. All right, bam, cool. So when I get there, I'm kind of like a fly on the wall watching the process. I'm learning, learning how they do their camera work, how they set all this up. And there was just a break because they had to switch shots. And he was like, hey, Neely, record this. I had no idea what he was about to say. Like, he didn't tell me he was going to do this. He
Mhm.
just said, record this, which that happens all the time. So I got it framed up. He said, you ready? I said, yeah, I hit record. And he just went into that spiel.
Wow. Stuff just be coming over his heart, it seemed like, man. He just,
Yeah,
let
I
me say
think
this.
what happened, like, I think he was sitting there looking around. Of course, he invited me out there. And I think he was like, man, other than these people, filming crew, the only person here ain't blood related to me was him. Like, let me shout that guy out. Like, I got him around my family. Like, that's
Mhm.
how much I trust him.
Mhm. And that's
And so
real.
it wasn't scripted. It wasn't like, all right, let me record it again. Let me watch it. All right, let's do it over. That's why you hear people talking in the background because it was 100% natural.
Yeah. That's the pause
Oh,
right
and
there.
shout out to Will and Deborah on the screen right there because that's who sent me who sent me this bottle the other day.
Hold on. Whoa, let me go back. Let me pull that up. Hold on. What bottle you got over
You
there?
remember I broke that bottle out the other night?
Yeah, I didn't see. I thought it was the bourbon though. I thought it was the Ralphie's Reserve. No, it's not
no,
though. What is that? Let me see. Let me put you up on screen.
it's a little bourbon whiskey. Shout out to Will and Dale. They sent this to me, and you know, I told them I was gonna pop it up on Sunday Night Live with Chico, and that's what I did.
Much love.
And you talk about organic stuff. Met them at the game in Oregon. They were the only
Mm-hmm.
people in that section that had some Colorado stuff on. Didn't know they knew me from I ain't know them, nothing. And I was like, man, spoke to them. He's like, man, nobody lays it down.
Oh damn, he just broke it down like that on camera.
Yes.
Organic. That's cold blooded.
Yes. It wasn't like, hey man, tell me something. Like, hey man, what you got to say? I just had the camera running. And he just started talking, and he was like, nobody lays it down, like Uncle Neely pregame show. I was like, cut.
Go use that right there, dog. Well, they looked like they were on the sideline also.
Yeah, they were. No, they were. I called them down because they were.
Okay.
They were at the first row. Well, they were up in the middle, but when I saw they Colorado and they were speaking, I said I waved them down. So they're like on that little steps to go into the stadium.
Gotcha.
But you see all that green and gold behind them, like they were the only ones. And one thing I give a shout out to, man, Oregon, Nebraska.
They come deep, don't they?
If you ever get a chance to go to a game in their stadium,
they come deep.
But they don't, Chico. They don't sell their tickets to nobody. They don't like the whole stadium be one color. They color.
Right. Shouts out to the University of Tennessee.
Oh yeah, when they do that checkerboard.
Lord, I remember that was the year I came back. My senior year, I came back after red shirt in my junior year. My first game back was at Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, first game back was at Tennessee on their field. They're going crazy out there. My first play was kick return. I'm on the front line, right? That's where they put the people who have the hands, right?
No, this is the hands team, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I was on kick return,
they told
right?
your big ass just fall on the ball. You know, don't you, Chico? If you catch this ball and take a step, you off this team. You better lay down and the rest of y'all pile on top of.
Shouts out to I got credentials on this one right here. Shouts out to the legendary Coach Pat Sullivan, former Heisman Trophy winner from the University of from Auburn University. I think it was 1971 when he won the Heisman Trophy. But he called me out, and I felt proud of this. Chico, that's how you stop. Chico, I want you to be on my hands team. I'm gonna put you right here. This is where the ball most likely to come. That's where I want you at. So shout out to Coach Pat Sullivan, RIP. Shout out to the whole
Chico,
family.
let me tell you, Chico, I see you, and I see that 98% on that nice ass, and I want you to grab that ball and fall down. Just fall down, Chico. Don't you try to run with it, because they're gonna take it from you. You fall down, and the rest of y'all some bitches, I want y'all to pile on top of them.
Anybody
and Chico, don't you get that ball to the ref, you bring it to me. Don't get that ball to nobody but me. I want to make sure it's secure.
Do not leave before the ball is kicked. I remember that now. Do not leave before the ball is kicked. I had to say that. But my first game back, right? We was in Tennessee, dog. Crowd going crazy. Over 100,000 in there, right? They're super loud. Yeah. This is the first game. Kickoff return. I'm back. I'm damn near got tears coming down my eyes. I'm hyped. I look across at the guy I got to block. It's this big tight end on the other side. I'm like, I had to pump myself up. Got to find a way to pump myself up. I said, I know he only got recruited up here because his size. About 6'7", big, long, look like he was built out of chiseled metal or something. You know what I mean? Look like a Greek god, what my old coach used to say. So I had to find me a way to something to block the hell out of this pump. He only got recruited because of his size. I smashed him the first kickoff. I'm talking about smash him. And it was almost like he got up and was like, oh, you serious, huh? Oh, you want to go full speed? Okay, all right. Right? The next kick return up, this mofo came down full speed up. I remember watching it on the film. All I saw was my feet go in the air. This Negro wasn't playing, dog. Smashed me on that one right there. But it happens, though. It happens in the ball game.
They say
I got up and like, no, I got up and I was like, I see why they recruited your big ass.
They said you should have sold ads on the bottom of your sneakers because that's all people saw your feet there. You should.
Got his ass first though.
You could have put Denise Smith State Farm on the bottom of your feet because that's all that was on
It,
the camera.
it could have sold him over, man. But I got him first though, dog. He knew I was there. I'll tell you that much. Smash me one. Yes, indeed. So guys and gals, everybody tuning in. First off,
Gals.
guys and gals. You never heard that? Is that I know they say that in Mississippi now. Come on now.
It's like a little
What they say,
racist tone.
failers?
Got a little racist tone to it, gals. Ain't no damn
Come
gal.
on,
That's a
man.
woman.
My mama when my mama get up, I ain't gonna say that. Let me because you already be on my mom too much now. Let me just leave my mama out of this.
Your mama done told
She best write a text me right now. Listen, what
you.
goes on in my house stays in my house, boy.
Yeah. You lied about her not having no black eyed peas on New Year's Eve. That was what you really got bad about.
All right, what we're gonna do right now is all Chico story villains be 6'9", 320. That's what Big B said. With the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, Big Beats.
Yeah,
It's all good.
you consistently lie.
I can sit. No, I'll tell you that dude was huge, man.
I'm sorry, I don't want to accuse you of lying, Chico.
Uh,
You
I wish I had the
consistently
footage.
you consistently use the same stats. How
That's what I
about that?
need to do. I need to bring some old footage out here and show. Yeah. Anyways,
I done seen better footage of Bigfoot than I seen you playing.
I done seen better legs on the table. My cousin used to say. I done seen better arms on the chair, better hands on the clock. I would say this though. It's time right now. It's time right now. Wake up. Time for everybody to share this thing, like this thing, comment on this thing.
Man,
Let's
I
get some
really missed the
engagement
chat
going.
today, man. Hate not having my monitor working. I missed the chat, man. I know Big B Franklin and had something to say. And,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I just told you, Big B was already trying to get up on me.
yeah, Hal D. I saw you put him on the screen. I have my monitor back.
Where's the film solos? Yeah, I don't want to see that film.
You be on my
Or a lot.
monitor. He did. He did. That's a good whoa. He
I
did
knew
say
it.
that.
Let me see some of those VHS tapes, Chico. Okay, you trying to be funny now. All right,
You
yeah.
mean 8 millimeter? Like you ain't got to.
8-track. I did have some
Hey,
VHS.
Big Papa Punk, I'm with OKC. You told Chico don't sleep on.
All right, the series ain't over though.
It ain't.
Yes, recruits hitting town. Y'all stay tuned. This is recruiting season like heck for Colorado in the transfer portal. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Dennis with the dog. You probably see some things going on that only you can see out there. Dennis with the dog. Unc say he gonna holler at you when he get back too.
Oh, absolutely, man. Looking forward to seeing Dennis. If it goes like the past couple of summers, our first strength and condition is going to be up on what's Franklin Field inside that gate at the Buff Walk. Chico, you know they do the Buff Walk to come through.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely by the time we get to July and August, we'll be down on the lower fields. That's where you see Dennis and his dog on the bridge.
Absolutely.
Dennis, what's the dog name, man? I want to speak to the dog when I see you. I know your name, Dennis. What's the dog name?
Chico.
I hope it's Chico.
Chico, run, run,
I
Chico.
hope that man dog named Chico. I really do.
Be fire. Good little dog right there. Dog. Yeah, I bet the dog be getting you some girls. People be stopping and talk to you when you see you with your dog and everything. All right. He says dog named Bruce. How you gonna name your dog Bruce?
Bruce probably got Social Security number. You get that dog a real name, man. That dog's supposed
Give
to
him
be
a
like
real name.
Fido. His
I'm
name
gonna hear you
Bruce.
call him Bruce. They gonna think you crazy, Dennis. Bruce, come here, Bruce. What you doing?
I don't think
Bruce,
I've
Bruce,
never heard a dog
Brucey.
named Bruce. That's
I
the
don't know if
first
I
one
ever
for
heard a
me.
dog named Bruce, dog. Bruce. Big Bruce. Oh, he was a rescue. That was his name already. Okay, that's what you tell us. You know you gave that dog a new name, Dennis. Dog.
Okay. Okay, Dennis.
It was Spot. He's like, that's too normal. I want to go with Bruce. Dog got a grown man name. His dog got a driver's license.
Told you got Social Security number. Bruce might be paying bills. Shout out to Bruce, man. Shout out to
Hopefully Bruce wasn't at the I almost said Bruce at the freak offs. But anyways, trial still going on.
It's amazing, Chico,
All right.
how you'll say what you almost said, but you're still saying
It is still saying that's how you do it, baby.
it.
Brucey. like on
You can do
Full
it,
Range.
Bruce. You can do it all night long.
The Diddler has hit the chat. All right, man. We're gonna get out of here, man. Take that. Y'all know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, comment. This is the morning run. It's morning somewhere. So y'all share this with your friends and family and folks and let them know that Unc and Chico. Shout out to Philip Dukes. Philip will be back probably next show. I think he's in Miami on location doing this thing out there. You know
Man,
what I
stop
mean?
putting that man
Twerking, not
business in the
working.
street.
He put it on Instagram. It's on the story.
He put it on Instagram for people that follow him on Instagram. You just
Well,
announced it
follow
to
him on
Instagram.
Instagram then. Dang.
Put that man busy. You can't wait to tell it. Just like I told Keisha and Love on you last night. And speaking of last night, let's look forward to tomorrow night. Uncle Chico live Thursday night. Special guest comedian JJ Williamson, aka JJ from the SIP. Y'all not gonna want
JJ
to
from
miss
the
that.
tip. Shout out to JJ, man. I love how JJ talk. Y'all gonna see it when he come on here. He might be. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Unc already texted the man. It says, "You know what?
I hadn't, but let me give him some info on Chico.
You know what? Damn.
I hadn't. I swear to God, I hadn't. But you know what? I ain't got to. He gonna read you in the first couple of minutes that you ain't worth a damn. He ain't gonna take him long.
No, he ain't. He gonna be on my
First
side.
of all, your name is Chico. Like that's red flag right there. That's first of all. Your
JJ
real
gonna
name.
get me, dog.
Your real name.
Where you
Like
from?
when I
Where you
look at our
from?
logo, I see
Yeah.
nickname and Chico. Chico is your real name.
Damn right. Oh
I
man,
ain't
I
never
would be
known a Chico
surprised
and
though.
Carlos to be worth a damn.
I would be surprised if Chico or Carlos. I would be surprised if Unc had already texted JJ say, "Hey, man, we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. We're gonna take him back to high school on this one.
Promise you I hadn't.
Remember that guy we got on the bus? We're gonna get him. It's all right,
But
though.
much like them guys on the bus, they used to come back there to get it. Pause.
Well, I'll be a
Chico, I'll
great
tell you a quick story before we get out here
straight
speaking of stuff like
host.
that.
All right.
I had a partner of mine. We went to high school together. He was down at Alcorn, and he would call me. I was at Jack State, and I answered the phone in my dorm room, and he would just swing at me. Yeah, man, what your big ass mama up to? Like he just swing at me, and of course I'm gonna swing back. And shortly thereafter, we get off the phone. So man, years later, Chico, I'm talking about like 15 years later, we grown, we in life, and we all had a little high school kind of reunion. And I said, Mike, man, why you used to call me? He said, man, I call you so I can use your jokes on these jokers down here. He said, I call you, say something about you, and then just listen to you by a couple minutes, and
Right.
I got me some material.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, that Unc been doing this, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna end on that note, guys. So we thank you guys for coming out once again, kicking it with us. Tomorrow night, Thursday is on like popcorn. Y'all know what to do. Hit like, subscribe, and comment, and all the other good stuff. It's Unc and Chico, the morning run. We're gonna be up and about this thing. Peace in the Middle East. Yeah.
Gio.
Nobody.